So Game 5 of this first round series and a chance to put the Canadiens to bed, something we weren't able to do all those years back in 2010. Let's get the win, let's get it on home ice, let's advance to round 2, and finally get a first round series win. First time in a while we'll be able to do that. Okay, it's Game 5 of the first round series. We're on the brink of elimination. This team's shown in the past it can be very resilient. Remember 4 years ago when we went to the Cup final, we were able to take down the Toronto Maple Leafs after being down 3-1. So we got the Caps right where we want them. Have a good solid game here. Let's send it back to Montreal for our Game 6. Wow, we have a lot of the offensive pressure right now. I think we're shooting them like 8-2. Sure, we've just taken a penalty, but we call this power play for the Washington Capitals, and we're able to maybe get some more momentum, and they lead 1-0. Alexander Ovechkin. He started the series off with a goal. He might be able to finish the series off with a goal. Great stuff there. Beautiful shot off the face-off draw win, and the Capitals have a 1-0 lead. And would you look at that? Shoot, score! Another! And this time it's Jacob Chychrun. My goodness, what a season he's having. He elevates, he puts the puck in the net, and it's not even out of the first period. We're getting heavily outplayed to start, but that's just the way the playoffs work. Caps are up 2-0. Dang it! Dobbs is keeping us in this game at this point. The Caps have definitely started to take over this game. Now we're down 2-0. Once again, we've overcome adversity all season long, so we can definitely come back from 2-0 down, but we need to score the next goal. So after first period, it's a 2-0 game. I'll take that. We're 40 minutes away from ending this series. We just need to get the next one. If we get the next one, who knows what will happen. We came back from a 2-0 deficit in the first game. Let's see if we can do this thing again. And there's another penalty. Well, we have killed off one, I think, in this game. We did give up the early power play goal to Ovechkin, so if we can just kill Ann, it's 3-0 Caps. And we score! What a rebound! Massive chaos in front, and Tom Wilson, of all people, puts the Washington Capitals up 3-0. Let's go Wilson, let's go Caps. We're up 3-0. We're only about 22 minutes away from ending the first round series. Okay, that was a solid second period. We controlled most of the play. We got the extra goal to make it a 3-0 game. We're 20 minutes away from finally winning a playoff series. You know what? We're not out of this yet. We have come back at certain points in the season. We score a quick goal in the third, maybe score another quick one after that. We could be right back in this game. Let's just get a couple of goals on the board. And would you look at that? Emil Heineman with the tip. Beautiful stuff there from the Canadiens. We're on the board. We're not out of this yet. There's still a couple of minutes left in the third period, and it's now only 3-1 Capitals. Okay, they scored a goal. Thompson was going to be perfect tonight, but you know what? We still have a 2-goal lead. Very likely chance that we're able to end this series. And breakaway, and that's it. That's the game. 4-1 Capitals, empty netter from Brandon Duhaime, and that'll be the series. Caps are going to win 4-1 in the game. Caps are going to win 4-1 in the series. And that's it. You know what? Dobes really did quite well keeping us in this series, especially after Montembeault went down with an injury, but this team's young. This team's quite good. I think in 2 to 3 years' time, we're going to be Cup contenders. We could easily make the playoffs again next year. Like, this team's going to be scary for years to come. This was a surprise to even make the playoffs. These 5 games were a learning experience. And as much as it does sting to be ousted in round 1 and only win 1 playoff game, I have big hopes for what is going to be a bright future for this young Habs team. And we did it. We went 4-1. We end the series in 5 games. Eastern Conference winners looking quite good. We're on the road to round 2. We're going to be placing the Carolina Hurricanes. We have a shot to send Ovechkin to his 2nd ever Stanley Cup final. So let's hope we can get it done in round 2. But the Canadiens were quite a hard team, don't get me wrong, but we do win in 5 games, so we do get the series winner. And would you look at that? We double up the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-3. We win the first round series 5-1. For all those people out there who said the Tampa Bay Lightning were going to beat us, suck it. We absolutely destroyed the Tampa Bay Lightning. We are still the best team in Florida. Tampa Bay has nothing on us, and we're still up for grabs. We're going to 3 straight Stanley Cup finals. My goodness. After the season we had, when a lot of people thought we'd take a step back, after the trade deadline we had, I thought we'd win more than 1 playoff game. That's now 3 years in a row we've been eliminated in round 1, and we only have 4 playoff wins to show for it. Brisbane, you better be making some big moves this offseason, because at this point in time, it's looking like we're going to regress and regress and regress. We'll probably won't make the playoffs again next year, but if we keep on regressing, this team's going to miss the playoffs in the very near future, especially with us not having very much draft capital or prospects. So we do get the Washington Capitals. First time since 2019, we're going to be playing the Caps. And what happened in 2019? We took them down in 7 games. You know what? We can take them down again this year. I have a good feeling that even though we're the road team, we are the better team than the Washington Capitals. You know what? This is what I'm saying. If we had made the second wildcard spot instead of the Montreal Canadiens, we would have easily been able to take down the Washington Capitals. But no, this team had so many problems this year, they missed the playoffs. So I really hope that neither the Capitals or the Canes wind up making it out of round 1, but we're here watching from the sidelines. I'm glad that we had such a good season, but had we gotten those 2 points, had Montreal lost that last game in regulation, we would have played the Washington Capitals. I feel like we would have been able to win at least 2, if not 3 against the Capitals, even if we didn't move on. But still, I would have really liked this team to have made the playoffs this year. It's really bad to see that this team was not able to make the playoffs this year. And would you look at that, Ovechkin's going to round 2. You know, we and the Capitals had not won a playoff series since 2018. Now Ovechkin and the Capitals have won a playoff series since 2018. And we're still sitting in the dust. Like, come on, Kyle Dubas, you need to make a lot of changes. I know Mike Sullivan was an interesting one, but hire the right head coach, make a couple of interesting moves. I want to be back in the playoffs next year. And would you look at that? The Habs and the Bolts have been eliminated. We, who were down 3-0, have survived longer than Tampa, Montreal, and New Jersey. I am shocked by this, but I am happy. Still a chance to do the reverse sweep, but even if we don't, we survived longer than the other 3 Eastern Conference series, and that in itself is a win. Like, why can't Buffalo fans ever be happy? Montreal actually got a playoff win 3 years after they started a rebuild. We've been rebuilding for 14 years and we haven't had a playoff appearance. Like, they need to make some extremely ballsy moves this year in the offseason if they're going to have any shot making the playoffs next year with how many competitive teams there are in the Eastern Conference. You know what? We were eliminated, but this was a good step in the right direction. We were ahead of schedule, and this is a good playoff experience, good learning experience for the Habs. And if we can get some improvements in the offseason, we're going to be back here next year and for a long period of time.